Okay, this question is from Bush Mazzetti. You're asking how much can speed and acceleration be trained, and right, like, is any effort put towards training? How do you convert that into results, right? Like, how much is like your question is it even worth it to put energy towards it? Because the question is this: will you see results through training? And if so, what are the things you got to keep in mind? I think a super effortless and underrated way that all soccer players can start to realize some of their potential is investing in minimalist shoes, right? Because they say you want to spend a disproportionate amount of time investing in your shoes and your bed, because you're going to spend a lot of time in those two places. So with minimalist shoes, it's like, they have thin soles. The reason that this is so good for your feet is because this allows them to act like the shock absorbers and the levers they are. If you have a very thick sole, then it's not going to allow the foot to get that full range of motion, and it's going to hinder your performance. So, right, I only have 2 pairs of shoes. Both of them are from zeroshoes.com, but there's a whole bunch of minimalist shoes that look like normal shoes. You don't have to get the ones with the toe fingers, on them. And the point in time when I felt that I knew for a fact that they were helpful, at least for me, was when I ordered a pair of Vibrams. This is maybe 10 plus years ago. I went for a jog on the treadmill, and the next day my calves were so sore that I could hardly walk. And what this told me was that it allowed my feet to get greater range of motion, which helped me strengthen my running muscles, right? So I think this is a super simple strategy to start to strengthen your feet, and you start to feel the ground. So now you're more balanced, you're more explosive, because now you know where you are. So now you can now start to use your energy and use your movement more effectively. So I think this is something that I don't suggest lightly. The second thing is, right, a lot of players are worried that strength training will cause them to go backwards, right? Or you're gonna hurt them, or they're gonna get too bulky. One of the most effortless ways that have increased my performance, my speed, my explosiveness is investing in a David Weck RMT rope. You can make your own, or just search David Weck RMT rope. This rope, it's portable, it's lightweight, and all you start to do is swing it, right? And the beauty is that it's so simple, right? Just your ability to tap into your body's ability to keep the tempo, right? You turn it into a moving metronome, right? So your body's connected from fingers to toes, right? So what it does is it starts to harmonize and synchronize your movement and your rhythm, so that when you get on the field, you're just gonna start moving like water, right? It helps you improve your running technique. It helps improve juggling. I noticed my juggling tremendously improved, which improved my passing, improved my shooting, improved my dribbling. Everything in my life got better when I started to use this RMT rope. And you could start to get into these different rope flow patterns that are gonna change your life. It's, you won't believe it until you feel it. So for $10, I'm telling you, test this out and see where it takes you, because this is something that I wish I knew 27 years ago, to be honest. So and it's so cheap and it's portable, right? It's like a lifetime gym membership for $10. All you need is gravity. You might not even need gravity, right? You could do this in space if your feet are anchored down. You could start swinging it, and the beauty is it makes your spine bend and twist. It's just truly, it'll just change your life. That's the only way I could put it. So just search David Weck and rope flow, RMT rope flow. The second thing, or third thing I guess we have, is that, you don't have to it's not complex. You don't have to complexify, is that a word? You could keep speed and strength training simple, right? If you got some rocks in your backyard, right? Check out how my knees are and my feet are, right? This is a Kador Zayani posture, right? Can you see that? So I'm putting my feet kind of splayed wide so that I can sit back on them. That's another thing you could check out that'll unlock your potential. The book 7 Postures by Kador Zayani. It costs $30, but it's worth more than its weight in gold, because, right, the title is, in the subtitle, it's Unlock Your Athletic Potential. These are postures that I wish I knew a long time ago that'll help you gain a deeper awareness in your body, in your toes, right? I noticed my toes started to get very strong. I started to get more explosive. Anything that's going to make you jump higher will make you run faster, and vice versa. So you got to check that book out, 7 Postures. What I'm about to do here is, right, doesn't matter. You could use a dumbbell, you could use kettlebell, you could use a rock, whatever you have you want to start to use. You could do this with your body weight. So you're going to get in your knees, and this is a simple exercise that's going to help you become more explosive. So you're here, you're using your arms. It's going to help you explode up, right? And then you can start to incorporate rocks. So Louis Simmons says beginners can spend 20 to 40 jumps a week. So this can be a warm-up, this can be a finisher, this can be the workout in itself, right? Whatever you have time for, just have fun with it. So now we take a rock. Right, so, right, sure, you can find a rock somewhere, and then that's just another strategy. That's something that if you like being outside, or even in the gym, you could use kettlebells, right? Start with your body weight, then gradually build up 5, then 10, then 15, then 20, then 25, and then, your next workout, maybe you start at 10, then you're going 10, then 20, then 15, and then the next workout you start at 15, then you're going 15, right? So it's a progression. You don't just start at 50 pounds, or you don't start at 100 pounds. You gotta work your way up. So you can then, right, you go for a max, as long as you're being safe. You start, then maybe you hit 40 pounds, right? So then now you're gonna start to build this explosive power. Another thing you could do, right, you could get a 5-pack of loop resistance bands. Right, Louis Simmons says, and Bruce Lee, he would be Muhammad Ali even, right? All these Lees, they're training all frickin' day, right? Muhammad Ali, he would train all day, 6 days a week. Bruce Lee was training all frickin' day, and it's not that you're gonna train that much, but strength is super important. Not only do you have to have strength to resist gravity, but it's going to help. Muscles will actually help. Is protection for your bones, right? You want to be strong, right? Louis Simmons says 11 weak kids versus 11 strong kids. 11 strong kids will win every time. So, right, using a resistance band, you could start to develop, work that whole. What's that called? Your posterior chain, right? That your calf, your hamstring, your glute, lower back complex. You could just start cranking out good mornings, right? Wherever you are. You could do some wide stance good mornings. Right? Narrow stance. Start to build some strength. You could start to do, right? You could check out Dick Hartzell. Dick Hartzell, he's like 80 years old, and he could do a full split, right? 80 years old, full split, and he uses resistance bands. He spends a few minutes every day stretching, loop the band around the ankle, Now you're here. Use the reins, right? And then you're just going through different ranges of motion in the ankle, popping that knee, right? Gas pedals, ankle rolls. Then you hit here. That's groin, right? Open the groin. This is hamstring, right? Pull that tight. Push, pull, push, pull, roll, right? Shop around. This is LCL right here. Roll the ankle, gas pedal, roll, push, pull. Loop around. Now you have hip flexor, you got quad, you got glute, right? So you got roll over on your side. Now you have, right, more hip flexor, hip, groin complex, right? So versatile. These bands are versatile. You could hook them up to a pull-up bar or something strong, something that won't move on the ground. Just search Dick Hartzell, how to traction the shoulder, or how to, just search Dick Hartzell plus bands, and you'll find all these links using resistance bands that'll make you super strong, super flexible, prevent injuries. So, right, the world is yours. So you don't have to do all of these, but you should take immediate action on one and test it out, right? See for yourself. And you could start to see, okay, is Andrew, right? Is there any truth to what this gentleman's saying? And you start to say, okay, this one makes sense, or I like this one better, or I don't like this one, or this one works with my schedule, or, so you start to play around and see what works for you. So reach out with any questions, and I hope that this helps. All right, thank you.